Welcome to a Milk Market Tidbit for the March 2024 class and component values that USDA released yesterday. And this is Dr. Lawrence Jones with the Farm Institute, and I'm recording this on Thursday morning, April the 4th. So we've known the Class 1 base for a little while because that comes out about 2 weeks ahead of time. But if we look at the March numbers, that's up 81 cents, which is really good for the fluid market. Then we got the 5th National Dairy Sales Report on Wednesday. Now there were 5 Fridays in March, which is why it's a 5-week month. And you can see down here at the bottom how the different pieces came in. And one thing to notice is the volume of blocks and barrels. You can see that it increased from the 2nd of March through the 30th. So what that means is it weighted the $1.51 for blocks higher than it weighted the $1.61. So that's actually one thing that will change cheese prices depending upon how the volume on the National Dairy Sales Report changes from time to time. But this is how the Class 3 and Class 4 numbers came out for the 5 weeks, and the average of that is what gives us the average. And overall, the trade was pretty close. It's 16.35, a week out, and 20.29 on Class 4. So just kind of look at these. Class 3 came up 26 cents to 16.34. It's going to drop off in April, and I got that dropping off much more than 15.45. That was the futures as of yesterday. Way lower than the 18.52 that we had back in April of last year, but much higher than the numbers we had in July. One of the things I always like to look at is how good was the futures at predicting the actual price 6 months out. So this is the March 24, and so you can see you could have sold March clear up to 19.50, at the end of 22 sometime in there, but just 6 months out, turns out it dropped $1.86 from where it was here. Now it undershot just a little bit, and then it came back up into what we call a glide path here. Fat prices came up 11 cents to 3.24. Fat has just been really strong, off of the 270 that we had last April, but lower than the 371 we had, in about October. And these are expected to go up as butter prices are going up. Protein prices dropped about 10 cents. When I made this graph, I had to go back and check because it's looking like April could be 82 cents for protein. I mean, that's just almost unheard of. We try to keep protein clear up in the $3 range, and here we are at 82 cents. We ended up at $1.13, and it does look like it's going to drop off here for April a little bit. Other solids increased 1 cent. Now 1 cent on 29 cents is a pretty big amount, but it does look like it's going to trail off with whey coming down quite a bit on the spot market the last couple days, and that 29 cents is our high. Class 4 prices came up 24 cents to 20.09. Again, that's off of the high at 21.49 that we had back here in October sometime. And these do appear to be headed up as non-fat dry milk has gained some legs on the global dairy trade, and butter is just continuing to get stronger. Whenever we get the class of components, it allows us to look at how this year is going to compare to last year on the 50-50 blend. And so we've been talking, $1 to $1.50. Well, now it's starting to look like more 64 cents. And so this is going to start to look a little bit more like last year than we had hoped for. We're still $2.13 off of the 2021 numbers, but right now we're about 64 cents over last year on the 50-50 blend. So we had the class of component numbers yesterday. Today we're going to get the dairy slaughter, but the big report yet to come is the dairy products report, which will be 3 o'clock on Friday.